Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Before I get started, I just wanted to give you a reminder that tomorrow, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be giving away a copy of the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. If you haven't entered to win, you can do that still by going to the link below and watching that video for thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I said once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I would give away a limited edition hardback copy, a beautiful book, The Tao of Jeet Kune Do by Bruce Lee, and I'll be doing that drawing tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'll try to do that live, so be sure to put that on your calendar for tomorrow. And once again, if you haven't entered, you do it down below. It's very simple, 3 simple steps. All you gotta do is leave a comment on that thank you to 1,000 subscriber video, give the video a thumbs up, and be subscribed to the channel, and you can get your chance to win that book. Now, some students have asked on the online program, I've been doing, basically they've been sending in some videos, and there's just a few small things on one of the videos I saw that I'd like to just talk about, and I've brought this up before. This is just a common thing I see across a lot of students when they're first starting, and I've mentioned this numerous times, and that is hands like this. So when you're doing a punch or the Sil Lum Tao form, leaning, resting hand, always make sure, just grab your fist, pull it straight back, shoulder relax, and make sure that this is here, not resting. Once again, just because this hand is inactive, don't think you don't want conscious thought in this hand. Just as when you're punching, you still want conscious thought in your wusao and your rear protecting hand. So when you're doing your form, when you're practicing some punching, always make sure to have this hand in good position and not resting against your body. Another thing, during the Sil Lum Tao, there's a set where we come back here and then we come across and here, okay? Now that set of the Sil Lum Tao form, this is not a palm strike, this is a pak sao. So when I'm coming back, and there's also a section where we just come here, okay? Now I'm gonna give you a little detail you might not have picked up on. On the third section of the Sil Lum Tao form, when we're going tan sao, hien sao, we do this 3 times. Let's just say that's the last time. You come back, you pak sao, back and out, hien sao. And then later on, there's a section where you just come out. There's a slight difference between those two. One, on the tan sao set, you're coming here, and then on the one where you're just coming straight out, it's a little bit further out. I'll show you from a side view. So tan sao, let's just say this was the last time of the tan sao. Here, here, here. So once again, tan sao, hien sao, let's just say this is the last time here. And I'm just gonna leave my finger here as like a point in space. Then on the set where I'm going pak, it's just a little bit further out. So it's just a little bit further away from your body. Once again, these are pak saos. And a good question would be is, well, we don't cross our center line. When we're doing paks, we're not crossing like this. Whenever you see somebody doing a pak sao like this, and they're practicing punching, not in the form, that's a mistake. That's a huge red flag. You're not pushing your pak across your center. It's coming out your central line as you're moving, not across your center. So from here, when you see this pak come, we're just standing still. We're in a front stance. Make sure you can see my feet. I'm in a front stance. So when I come here, and I come here, there's no footwork. If there was footwork, it would be here coming out of my central line or center line. So it's important to understand you're not pushing your pak sao across, and that is a pak sao in the form, not a palm strike. Now, a student asked about this as well in the form. When I'm coming here with my tan sao, sorry, a big animal just ran. It was actually a cat, but it looked like a big fox or something. It was so furry. So when I come out here and I go here, right, pak sao, and then I drop and now I strike out, this is a palm strike. And he was asking why the fingertips, I'm keeping this off to the side and not going straight up here. That's a good question, because a lot of people think palm strikes are always like this. When you're palm striking with your fingers out, Remember, on the palm strike, this would not be the work surface here. You would want the heel of your palm lining up with your wrist, giving you all that support. Just like your punch, all that support lining up with your wrist. So in the palm strike, I really want that palm to be the connecting surface, and I want my fingers out of the way. And just go like this straight up here. Like if you're palm striking straight out, you feel a lot of pressure, like you could really hurt your wrist. When you turn that here, you feel your wrist has come out of play and you're really getting that contact point. So if I was gonna palm strike you in the chin, I can really hit that here, where if I'm going straight up, it's not that you can't, it just puts more pressure on the actual wrist. I'm not saying you can't palm strike like this. I'm just saying I generally palm strike like that, and that's how we're doing it in the form. And especially if you're palm striking a body, that works really well. If I'm palm striking this, my fingers can connect with the body too. That's another issue. If this was somebody's body, you know, I'm going in towards, let's say, a liver shot here, and I'm gonna palm strike that liver, I can really get my fingers out of the way and do this, where if I do this, my hand might get the contact point first and then push back on my wrist. So those are just some reasons why we palm strike off here. But regardless of how you palm strike, make sure you're not palm striking here, but palm striking with the work surface of this palm heel, which has all the support, right? Just like the heel of your foot coming straight up, this has all the support of your arm. So that's a stronger surface to strike with. Great questions. Once again, if you have questions for this Ask Sifu series I'm doing, feel free to, you know, bring out any questions you like, anything you want me to cover, you know, let me know as well. You can always contact me via Facebook or leaving comments or through my email, and all that will be in the description below. Now, something I'm doing a little bit is I'm experimenting with different formats. I was doing a lot of longer formats like you see today with this video, but I realized we're kind of in this TikTok generation. So some of these videos, like you saw my first Ask Sifu, I just kind of kept that like in a TikTok format, really boom, just, you know, hit, and kind of made it a little fun and simple. So I'm gonna be mixing up some formats. I know a lot of students are diehard and they like these longer formats, and so do I, but I know a lot of the you know, population out there is just wants these quick little clips, and on a video like this, they're just gonna they already left, right? So let's do this. Since it's been a while, let's go ahead and do the Sil Lum Tao one time through together. That's a great way to start the day. And once again, I'll be your mirror. If this is your first time here, I'll be doing everything with my right hand. You're always starting with your left hand, and I'm just, you know, being your mirror. So you don't have to look over your shoulder, you can just follow me. So let's go back. We're gonna get in a good front stance. So our feet together. Take a deep breath in. It's always good to start with a deep breath in and then relax. Another deep breath in and relax. One more. Let your shoulders, your mind, everything relax, and let's begin. Excellent. All right, so I hope you enjoyed running through the Sil Lum Tao. If you don't know that form, remember there's a whole playlist on this channel where I break the form down step by step and detailed instruction so you can get that entire form. Now, remember the other day on my Ask Sifu series, I talked a little bit about the history of Wing Chun Kung Fu. There's something I want to just bring up as well. And the Chum Q form, right? You're going to notice this in the Chum Q form. And this is where we're kind of coming here. And then we're moving in this direction. And I mentioned that there was, now this isn't where it came into play, but I mentioned where Chamwa Sun was trying to learn from Lung Jun as he was teaching his son Lung Bick. And he would look over the fence and kind of try to see everything he was doing. Well, that part of the Chum Q has a little bit of some trickery in it. Meaning if somebody was watching you doing that and they think, okay, when a punch comes in, I'm just gonna go like this. Well, what they're actually gonna do is walk right into that punch. So what you're doing in that section of the form is you're going step, follow, step, follow, step, follow footwork, but really in application, you're moving this way with your Bong Sao Wu Sao. So that's just a little thing I wanted to bring up as we're gonna be getting more into the Chum Q form. Now, make sure you're practicing your stances and your footwork. And I can't stress enough, the footwork is so crucial and your punching is so important. And I went over that video where you work on punching form. So everybody should be working on keeping their hands up, turning that hip, turning that hip, turning that hip, working on punching and getting that good punching power. Now is a great time. You're home. I mean, we're opening up slowly. We're still kind of on lockdown a bit in the area I'm at. And I think gyms, they said, might open June 20th or something. Martial arts schools, what I'm seeing, you saw that video I did on the schools. It looks like things might be a while before we return to normal. So, you know, like I said, if you can find a partner that you trust and they're kind of doing the same thing you're doing and being careful to protect themselves, then that's great. You can get with them and do some training. Now, things that you should be working on is your punching and your kicking skills, right? This is a great time. Get your footwork down, your punching skills, your kicking skills. The Sil Lum Tao form is an amazing form and is a wonderful form to really move chi, practice your hand positions, and it's great for your mind as well. If you're ever really stressing out, you're in one of those things where your mind is all over the place and you can't really center yourself. The Sil Lum Tao form is just an amazing form because every time I could be going through the most stressful day, horrible things, whatever is going on in my life, all these things that are just making my brain go in 100 different directions. And the minute I start doing the Sil Lum Tao form, I'm right there in the form and all that disappears. And sometimes that's really important because you have to give yourself a mental break. You have to relieve some stress. So the form's a great way to do it. So I suggest in your downtime, work on your kicks. You want to be a good fighter, work on your punching, your kicks, your footwork. Great time to be going over all your hand positions, your Kan Sao, your Quan Sao, your Pak Sao, you know, just studying each hand position as it moves out. And doing a lot of visualization and imagery, picturing a punch coming in and you cap punch, chain punch, and working on all these different aspects. So just because you don't have a partner now doesn't mean you can't be doing some training. A lot of you guys got heavy bags, wall bags, wooden dummies, all sorts of things. So use those to the best of your ability. If you got some weights, make sure you're, also lifting a little weight or, at least stretching, walking. I'm trying to do as many of these things as possible. It gets hard, we get in our rut. Even stuck at home, there's no excuses, but still, if you got like me, I got the kids around. It's been, basically I'm home chef and I really want to get out, work out. So I try to, when they're eating, come out here, do the Sil Lum Tao, do some punching, do some kicking, and it never stops. I enjoy it and I love doing it. So make sure you're still training as hard as you can. It's very important if this is your goal to be good at Wing Chun, be good at Kung Fu, be good at anything. It takes practice, it takes effort. Now, let's do this real quick if we can. So Nice day, getting a little sun out here. We've had a lot of rain, so I'm kind of enjoying this. Let's just kind of run through some of the hand positions. So stand and face me. I'm getting a little closer to the camera. You don't need to see my feet. I'm in a front stance. For those that don't know what a front stance is, it's this stance here. And if you're new to the Wing Chun stance, yes, you're gonna feel like there's some weights right here, a little strain right here. That's okay. You just don't wanna feel knee pain. If you're feeling pain in your knees, adjust your stance. So face me, start with your left hand. We're gonna go in alphabetical order. We're gonna go Bil Sal. Now, actually, before I continue, a student had asked a question if I could give, Bil Sal means this, and just ways for you to remember. The best thing to do is almost, come up with your own little analogies, right? So Tan Sao is riding hand, riding up the mountain. Pak Sao is deflecting hand, or coming, whatever you need to do. Bong Sao looks like a bird wing, so think of it as a wing arm hand. Lan Sao forms like an L almost, so think of Lan Sao as like an L. Whatever tricks you need to come up with to remember the hands, the better. And when I start adding all these videos where we're showing utilizing these hand positions in application, they're all gonna start making a lot of sense. You start practicing Bong Sao a lot for straight punches, Quan Sao for hooks and straight and kicks, and it all starts making a lot more sense. The more you use it, it's like a tool in any toolbox, right? If you're familiar with how to use a hammer, the more you hammer nails, the better you get at it. The more you use that tool, the better you're gonna be with that tool. So let's start back, front stance. You're doing left hand, I'm right hand. Bil Sal. Bong Sao. Even here, notice what I was talking about, conscious thought. My hand's here, it's not resting at my side. I'm not leaning back, I'm sitting in my stance. So again, you lean back, somebody can take you right back off your feet. F, so we're gonna go to Foot Sao. So I want you to go Tan Sao, Foot Sao, Tan Sao, Foot Sao. Should have done Fuk Sao first, so Fuk Sao, Fuk Sao, Fuk Sao. Want to be good at Chi Sao, you better have a good Fuk Sao. Hand positions have to be tight in Chi Sao. People think, oh, it's all just like going crazy and having fun. It's not. It's about, well, it is a lot of fun, but it's about having good hand positions and understanding where your hands need to be. If you're in a good Fuk Sao, you're protecting your body. You're in a bad Fuk Sao, this is all open and you're winding up with a nice red chest, right, from getting hit so much. So Fuk Sao. Let's do Foot Sao again. Foot Sao. Foot Sao is the movement from Tan Sao, sweeping out Foot Sao. Foot Sao in the Sil Lum Tao form. Foot Sao, Foot Sao, Foot Sao. All right, so let's do Foot Sao one more time. Tan Sao, Foot Sao, Tan Sao, Foot Sao, Gum Sao. All these can be practiced with footwork as well, right? Gum Sao, Gum Sao. Remember Gum Sao, this is the work area. Hien Sao, Hien Sao, Hien Sao, Hien Sao, Jut Sao, Jut Sao, Kan Sao, Kan Sao, You can watch, I have a whole video where I broke this down for you to practice. It was in one of the quarantine lessons. Quan Sao. Quan Sao looks like you're a human letter K for Con Sao. Sorry, Con Sao. Con Sao. Lan Sao. Lan Sao. Lop Sao. Lop Sao. Pak Sao. Pak Sao. Tan Sao. Tan Sao. Tai Sao. Tut Sao. Quan Sao. Wu Sao. All right, so that's how you can practice. Just go in alphabetical order and then also start practicing those with footwork. Quan Sao, you can practice with your footwork. Con Sao, you can practice going side to side and really get comfortable utilizing these Wing Chun hand positions. It shouldn't be something, oh, what was that? How does Tai Sao go? Should be none of that. Tai Sao, right? Pak Sao, Quan Sao, Con Sao, you know, Bill Sao. It should all just come right out. And once again, I think once you see all these in application, it becomes a lot easier. And I will be putting up videos going and just detail a Bill Sao video. And we'll go over the Bill Sao hand position in detail, front view, side view, how to do it and practice it, and then also a few examples of using it in application so it really sinks in. Thank you for joining me today. Once again, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, 1-inch punch that bell notification. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up. I didn't hear any clicks yet. Come on, I'm waiting. All right, excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.